What's up, friends? Welcome back to most likely the last winter episode for 2025. So episode 7. Today is Wednesday, March 19th. So I just got off work. It's about 3:15 and it is crazy snowing right now. It's been snowing pretty much all day. If you guys can see that. But yeah, it's been snowing like all day. We've had this kind of snowstorm come through late March. It's super wet snow, but it's coming down pretty hard and it's like sticking to everything. So I'm thinking this will be a good time for some photo opportunities. Probably the last kind of snowy winter photo opportunities for the season. So I just drove over to this little park over here, not too far away. Sunset is, it's very overcast, so it's probably going to start getting dark around 5 or 6, so I don't have too much time, but this is kind of just a chill little hike here, and then there's a neighborhood around. We can do some walking through here as well. But yeah, just planning on heading up this trail, seeing what I can see for some shots, and I'm going to try and keep everything dry if I can. So, but yeah, this most likely is probably going to be like the last kind of snowstorm we get, I'm thinking, because yeah, it's late March right now, so this is probably going to be it. So I wanted to get out here and do a little bit of photography. So yeah, let's just get after it. It's coming down right now, that's for sure. Looks really cool, all this fresh snow. Yeah, that snow just looks nuts. It's coming down pretty hard. So I'll look for some good shots out here. These are rough conditions out here, guys. This is pretty much a blizzard. This wind is absolutely nuts. I gotta stand. I gotta stand so my back is like facing this wind. But got a shot here of this farm. Vertical shot right through here. Yeah, it's just coming down right now. It's crazy. Landscape shot right here. We were just right there. Kind of came down this path. Man, this wind is going. This is a cool landscape shot though, with these trees right there. I gotta be wary of my phone too. I'm recording all this on my phone. It's getting soaked. This is truly a blizzard right now. Really cool landscape shot there. Yeah, this is kind of what I was thinking. I made it. Got this cool little barn. That's why I came over here. Really easy to get to. Might get another shot of this. Yeah, it's just coming down. It's crazy. The wind is the worst. Vertical shot down here by the farm. Kind of got it right in here, right in there. Nice shot. This is a crazy shot right here, guys. Beautiful shot right here. We got 3 tractors, a little house kind of getting hidden by the trees back there. So it's a vertical shot, kind of cut off there and there. We'll go wide angle for you guys. Really cool shot though. I love how this turned out. Snow is coming down. You can't see anything behind it. I kind of got the top of the tree in there as well. Awesome shot. I'm slowly losing feeling in my hands. It is wet and cold, but got a nice Ford truck here, old Ford truck. Just got a vertical shot of that against this little building. Pretty cool. Oh man. Yeah, this snow is super wet. It's like just above 30 degrees, but the wind, oh man, it's just making everything cold. My hands are starting to go numb. But I'm gonna start walking back the way we came over there. And we'll just keep going. This is crazy. Let's see if there's a shot over here. It's a winter wonderland out here. Got a landscape shot coming up the trail here. I was just standing like right there. That's a shot. Holy cow. Beautiful. Made it up the little trail here in this little wooded area. Just looks crazy with all the snow sticking to the trees. Probably get some more kind of forested shots on the little walk down here. So yeah, I think I'm gonna get a vertical, maybe in here somewhere. Check out all this accumulation on the branches. Crazy, man. Absolutely nuts. This is crazy, dude. Yeah, I'm not even gonna walk up that far up here because all the branches are down, but this is just beautiful. I want to get some shots. Actually, that alone might be a good shot. But what I was gonna say is I want to get some shots kind of in the woods here, showing all this snow kind of accumulated on everything. It just looks insane. I think this might be a shot right here. Looking down the path. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. Yeah, I think the snow is like stopped as well. It's definitely like, it's a lot lighter. Oh, almost fell. Landscape shot here of the walkway. You can see my my footpath from the way we came up. So I got two shots of this now, kind of one on facing on the other side, facing this way, and then a shot facing this way. I don't know, I just like this kind of turn, this kind of bend in the pathway. So it just looks really good. Yeah, I am currently looking for like some shots looking through the woods with hopefully some sky kind of poking through there maybe. But just looking through the woods, like you guys can see here, it just looks crazy. All the snow. Just nuts. Pretty wild to think that it's like third week of March right now. It's almost April. And yeah, this is what it looks like. Pretty cool though. I kind of figured there'd be at least one more good snowstorm for the year. All right, friends. I don't know if this will turn out too good or not, but I just kind of like the way it looked. Got these really big two old trees here, and I just took a vertical shot kind of lining up the gap here right in the center. Trying to expose some of that sky in the background and just kind of take in the whole forest scene here with this shot. Just thought it looked pretty cool. I don't know how good it'll turn out, but I just snapped it. So let's get out of here though. Making my way back. The snow has definitely let up. Here, I'll flip the camera. Okay, wow. Look at my, yeah. I didn't even know that my my head was all that snowy. But yeah, so crazy conditions in this one, guys. The beginning of the shoot was not fun. It was not pleasant. I literally had to I had to keep my back turned to the wind because this, if I didn't, the snow was just getting pelted in my face. And of course I can't take photos like that. So that was something, man, right at the start there. But the snow is definitely let up now. But man, this is just gorgeous. All this winter wonderland. So I was looking at the forecast. I knew this was coming. We had warnings and everything, but I did not think we were gonna get this much. I think we got probably a good 3 inches, 3 to 4, probably up to 5 to 6 in some areas. So yeah, this is a pretty wild March snowstorm. This is kind of what you get out here usually in early spring. It's like you usually do for like one big wet snowstorm, super heavy snow, and that's what we got. Oh, see the trail behind me. But yeah, a lot of good shots, a lot of cool shots in this one, guys. So I'm just heading down the trail now. The truck is down here. I'm gonna keep looking around. It's about, we're coming in on 5 o'clock, so still an hour or two left of daylight, but I don't know how much longer I'm gonna go. I already been out here a decent amount, so but I might take one more trail and then maybe walk around the neighborhood or something. I don't know, we'll see. Nice landscape, looking down at the neighborhood. Kind of up here on this little hill, so kind of looking down at the houses. You guys can see all the bluffs kind of just covered with snow too. Yeah, we're gonna take this little path, see where it goes. Nice vertical photo here, guys. Looking at the house through the woods here. We got some nice views along this little trail. Kind of butts up right against this neighborhood, so it's giving some pretty cool shots, or a cool perspective. Very nice. I do hope that these shots are turning out, because my lens is it's been consistently wet. There's consistently been like melting snow on my lens, so I am hoping there's not like any distortion or anything like that. That could be something. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take that. I know it's kind of busy, all these branches, but if I just focus on this house here, maybe, I don't know. I might take that. Got a vertical photo here, guys. Vertical shot. Looking up this little trail here. Very wooded. This tree is just getting covered. I like all these branches are just drooping real low here. But yeah, this is a nice forested shot. You can kind of see the outline of the trail going up. It's being lit up a little bit in here. Yeah, I'm gonna walk up here a little bit, see if I can't see anything more. But we're closing in on 6 o'clock, so I'm starting to get a little hungry and probably gonna start heading back soon. Probably the final shot in the woods here. Kind of at this, I don't know what this is, but it's at this kind of open area. This is like a creek bed. That's what this is. And yeah, it just looks amazing. I mean, as you guys can see, just blanketed with snow. Go wide angle. So yeah, I was just kind of focusing on these trees over here on the right hand side, kind of overhanging. There's a little bit of light coming through up there, a little bit of an opening. So just thought it looked really nice. But yeah, right now guys, probably gonna start heading back. This was an amazing shoot. I'm glad I hopped out here right after work and got to experience this late March snowstorm. So I'm gonna start heading back to the truck. Yeah, if I see anything on the way back, I'll be sure to snag it for you guys, but the truck's pretty close. It's like right here, so. Okay friends, I am back in the truck. We made it. It's 6:15. So about 3 hours there. I did not think it was that long, but the time just flew by, man. When you're out in it and doing it, time goes fast. But dude, that was honestly a super intense blizzard there at the start. I had thought that most of the snow had already come and that we were kind of just gonna get, you know, a decent amount when I was out here, but I did not expect it to just be a full-blown blizzard at the start of the shoot there. Like I was saying, it was actually pretty difficult to take pictures or get any like, it was really hard to kind of just lock in and get what I wanted just because the wind was crazy, man. I'm actually excited to look back at these videos just to see what it looked like on the camera, because man, out in it, dude, I have not felt snow whipping that fast in a long time. And it was heavy snow, probably like 40 mile an hour gusts. And dude, it was just like, you guys saw it, the snow was just horizontal. Like it wasn't even coming down straight. It was just horizontal snow coming down. It was crazy, dude. But that was a lot of fun, dude. That was a lot of fun. Like I said, this is probably going to be the last snowstorm for the season. They aren't really, we might get a little bit of something this Sunday, but they aren't really predicting anything here for the next like 10 days, 2 weeks. And you know, it's already started to get pretty warm. It got up to like the 60s, even the 70s. I think last week it was like, it got up into the 70s, and now I'm out here in a snowstorm. But that's Wisconsin for you, man. It can swing week to week, even day to day. But that's honestly why I like it out here too, man. It's like, got a hair. But yeah, that's honestly why I like it out here as well. Out here in the Midwest and in Wisconsin specifically, just because, I mean, the seasons are always changing. Like, you never really know what you're going to get, really. I mean, it's always kind of, you know, you're always in for a surprise, it seems like, every year with the weather, at least. And what to expect. So, but yeah, like I said, this is probably going to be the last big snowstorm of the year. I highly doubt there's going to be another one. So I was happy to get out here today on this Wednesday, March 19th, and get it in the books, get it on the camera and share it with you guys. So had a lot of fun out there, man, even though I got soaked. I mean, literally the water or the snow just soaked through my jacket. Jacket is just completely wet going into my hoodie now. It was, yeah, it's super wet, but yeah, man, a lot of fun. I mean, even though it can be a struggle, just walking out there in those types of conditions, even though it can be kind of nasty, it's still fun to at least, get out there and push yourself to kind of experience, these weather events and really try and get some cool photos out of them. Because I think these days like this is where you get some of the coolest photos, like all the footage you guys were just seeing. Conditions like this, crazy weather events like this, blizzards, at the end of March. It's where you get a lot of the good photos, man. When you don't want to go out, and when you don't want to go and get soaked, or go out in the cold or the heat or whatever, that's usually the best time to go, is when you don't really want to. So yeah, but that's kind of it for the wrap up, the closing rant. So yeah, I'm gonna head back to the crib, get some food, get some dinner going, feed the cat, and yeah, I can't wait to look back at these videos and see what they look like. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys back at the crib for the photo review. What's up, friends? Welcome back to the crib for the official last winter episode. Yeah, I was not expecting to do another one of these, but we had obviously a pretty big snowstorm come through. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of do the photo review thing and close out this season. Yeah, I was like I said, not really expecting any more snow this year past like the last episode, but yeah, we had a pretty big one there in March. It was pretty crazy, honestly. That was definitely the most intense snowstorm of the whole year, pretty much. And yeah, it happened right at the end, pretty much at the start of spring. But yeah, it was super crazy out there, dude. Like I was kind of saying in the field footage, if you guys got through it all, like, it was such a wet snow, and all my equipment was just getting absolutely soaked. It was honestly pretty difficult to actually take like the pictures, and much less try and get them to turn out good. But yeah, it was basically the two biggest things were all the wet snow actually falling on the camera, my phone, while I was taking the video out there. It was bad, and it actually so if you guys notice, some of the audio got messed up, or like there's some kind of short clips there in the field footage, and that was because kind of near like the middle end of the field footage. It's because the audio was clipping really badly, because there was obviously water getting into the phone's microphone. So there was some audio clipping going on, so I kind of had to edit that out a little bit. But yeah, everything was just getting soaked. The phone was getting soaked, and then the camera itself on the lens, I was basically having to wipe the lens like consistently throughout the whole photo shoot there, just because if I wasn't trying to wipe it down at all, I doubt a lot of these would turn out. Like they would probably just be all blurry. But it actually helped quite a bit doing that little wipe off. Some of these, as you guys will see here when we do the review, like a lot of them are kind of blurry because there's like water, like there's condensation on the lens kind of dripping down. But because of that, actually, some of these, that effect kind of made the photo look a little bit like more cool. It kind of had an interesting effect to it, where like the blurriness in the images kind of, I don't know, it kind of, you'll see, it does some weird stuff for sure. But it was fun out there. It lasted for probably like an hour of that really heavy stuff, and it was total blizzard. I mean, it was, the snow was just horizontal. The wind was whipping, as you guys kind of saw there. But we were able to able to still get out there and get some pretty cool photos. We actually got quite a bit here to go through. So yeah, but this will be the last episode for winter 2025. We'll wrap it out here with a bang with kind of this crazy springtime snowstorm. So yeah, that's pretty, I think honestly it's pretty typical for us to get like those types of snowstorms to come in here during like mid-March, late March, even into April. Yeah, it just kind of happens where it's cold enough and, there's just a lot of snow coming down. So, but yeah, let's not waste any more time here, and we'll start rolling through. Like I said, we actually do have kind of quite a bit to go through here. So, these images were just taken on kind of a nicer day earlier in March. I didn't do any filming or anything like that. So, yeah, we'll skip over those for now, but we'll just get right into this. So first couple shots here weren't really much. I just kind of pulled up and started walking down this little trail because there's this farm, this barn, and these kind of farm stables here in this neighborhood. People go here. They have like little donkeys and llamas and stuff, I'm pretty sure. But people go there and like pet the animals and whatnot. But this is a pretty crazy shot. Kind of got the farmhouse lined up here through this, kind of looking through this tree. Tried to make some sort of frame there with kind of the natural surroundings. But you can just see how that snow is just coming down. Actually, I really liked how this shot turned out. With I had pretty much just the right exposure to kind of pick up on those snowflakes coming down, and they were really obviously really thick, big snowflakes, so you can kind of really see them there in these images. Just really looks like a snowstorm, and then obviously the barn there in the background kind of getting blurred out a little bit, but you can still make out the details and stuff. So that one turned out pretty awesome. That was one of the better kind of vertical portrait style shots right away in this photo shoot that I really liked. Got up a little bit closer here. Oh yeah, there was it's thundering right now. Kind of a nice landscape shot here looking back on the trail and these houses in the background. Again, you can really just see that snow kind of whipping through there. I had to kind of position myself so that I wasn't obviously taking photos directly in the line of the snow coming down. So tried to position myself. You can see I was holding my hand up a little bit to try and cover up the lens. But yeah, pretty cool shot there. You guys can see a little bit of, I was trying to mess around with the exposure, kind of brighten up this center area with the houses and stuff. But just got a good frame with the trees on both sides. It's kind of like a marshy little area down here. And then got up a little bit closer, like I said, to this farm, or this barn. I honestly like the previous position better than this one, with kind of the backed up frame, looking down at this through kind of the trees. All right, now this shot, this shot is pretty crazy, dude. Let me get some water quick. Yeah, this shot turned out pretty nuts. Got 3 of these tractors, kind of these old looking tractors. They're definitely an older generation of tractors for sure. But kind of got 3 of them lined up here. You can kind of see this house in the background just a little bit. You can kind of see that frame of the house. But snow is just coming down heavy at this point. There's trees in the background here, but they were just getting completely whited out. But I just really like this shot, dude. I took some video, some portrait style video, and I think I'm gonna turn it into some sort of reel or like short video clip with the photo in there too. But just the fact that this kind of got this tree lined up in the house in the background, I think it just overall made a really cool composition. Very interesting. and then obviously everything's just plastered with snow. You can really tell kind of in these photos that it's just, yeah, you're just like in the snowstorm. Kind of zoom in a little bit here. Yeah, good clarity, good focus on this too. You guys can see all the little details a little bit there. All the tractors. There's that house, farmhouse. But just a cool shot. I kind of had to get up on this little ridge. This was right off the road. But yeah, really dope. I like that one a lot. All these shots are honestly pretty cool. You guys will notice here in some of these, the conditions start to appear a little bit more on the lens. This is kind of what I was talking about with the water and the condensation from the snow really starting to pack up there on the lens. So a lot of these are blurry. As you can see, a lot of these photos of this Ford truck here in this little shed, they're really blurry. But some of them, if you guys can pick up on this, like, let me go to this one's. This one's very clear, but you can see how this area, like this, zoom out a little bit. This general area right here with the truck and this front side or side of the shed is very, very sharp, very clear, and then the outer edges around the photo are very blurry, like kind of in the foreground here on the road, very, very blurry. Oops, excuse me. But the truck itself is very sharp. Excuse me. So that's kind of like the effect I'm talking about, where it's very random. Like I don't really have much control over where the camera is going to pick up on that focus point. And obviously, like while I'm doing this, I'm trying to wipe down the lens as much as I can, trying to get a clear shot. But this is a really good example of that blur effect that you get with just the amount of condensation that's coming through on the lens here. The foreground incredibly blurry, kind of edges of the photo very, very blurry. But for some reason, it focused in on the tree branch up here. That's super clear. But it also got some focus on the truck, as you guys can see. Like this right here, very good sharpness, very good clarity, as well as kind of the bushes in the back and the trees a little bit in the background here. But the rest of the image is just it's very blurry because of that condensation again. But the fact that this kind of spot here is nice and sharp, it just makes, I don't know, it's cool to me. I think a lot of these actually turned out better with that blur in there. Like this just feels like a whole completely different image, right? With all of that, with all that blur coming through. You know, if I didn't, and like I said, I really didn't have any control over kind of how this is going to turn out, because it's obviously like all I can really do is wipe down the lens, right, and try and get the camera to focus. So some of them, yeah, like some of these, like this shot here and the previous shot, like I think honestly that effect is really, really cool. I think it makes it just seem that much more kind of like immersive into the snowstorm, as well as these shots, these kind of last couple here that I got off. I think it was this one. Yeah, same sort of deal. Like the truck is, like you can obviously see the sharpness and there's more clarity there on the truck and on like the shed a little bit. But here we had condensation and blur coming in on the tree and just around the border of the image as well. So, you know, some of these turned out pretty dang good actually with that effect, that blur effect. Yeah, they kind of just, I'll have to kind of pick through them a little bit more, but honestly, I think those turned out pretty cool. Trying to just work around, or I guess work with the conditions I got, right? Trying to make the most of it. and just really just looking for different ways to kind of modify the image, or like different ways to I guess transform the image into something different, right? Trying to use kind of just the conditions and what you're getting to the best like outcome. Like obviously these are terrible conditions to be out here. Even doing anything like walking around is just tough. But much less doing photography. So you kind of just got to work with it and try and get the best possible outcomes. So here, these images were just trash. I was just walking up to this trail again. So kind of came up from the farm area onto this wooded trail. Again, really dealing with a lot of blur here and condensation on the lens. So doing the best that I could, but as you can see, doing a little lens wipe down, trying to get some clarity on these trail shots. And yeah, a couple of these turned out pretty good. And I do have one of these edited. I believe it was, this one. So just a nice trail shot there. Everything's a little bit blurry, which I actually wanted. Like I wanted that blur effect to kind of show that snow kind of in the background, just really making everything kind of hazy. And going up the trail, everything just looked beautiful. The whole forest just had snow sticking to all the trees, making everything literally look like something out of a movie. Again, kind of more trail shots. This shot, I mean, again, this shot right here, this trail shot, I believe it's going to be, I haven't picked through these too much, but I think the one I'm going to take out of this kind of series is going to be one of these portrait style vertical shots here. You can just see like that bend in the trail really nicely, just all covered in snow. And then I don't know, something about the vertical style, portrait style shots here in this kind of small series of trail shots I really like. But yeah, I was going with kind of a neutral exposure, standard, maybe a little bit overexposed to bring out the whites a lot, trying to make everything pop, right? With all the branches and stuff. But yeah, even in these, I mean, we got good focus here. So you guys can see good focus on the trees and kind of the trail going up again. And that blur is coming through here, that blur effect with just how wet it was. And honestly, that effect was going to come through probably, it was so like the dew point was, I forget exactly what it is, but basically it was just so the air itself was just, it was just wet. It was just, everything was just getting soaked. So yeah, I wasn't surprised that I was having difficulties just with the lens and that blur coming through. But again, I think that effect actually made a lot of these images just really pop even more, made them more interesting. So at the top of the trail here, we've got a little bench. I knew there was this little bench up here, so kind of took this little vertical photo. Excuse me. I just had lunch. Probably not a good idea right before I do this video, but it's okay. So yeah, I got this little bench up here. There's a neighborhood down here, but you can't see anything because everything's whited out. Blizzard conditions. So took some landscape, got some landscape shots off just of this scene, trying to get some focus in on these. And then, some more portrait style, lining up against a tree line here. And it's just an interesting shot, too, because you kind of got differences or different lighting with the shadow kind of the shadows coming through here in the foreground. It's a little bit darker in the foreground, right? Then this area down the hill, a little bit brighter out of the tree line. So if you guys can kind of tell that difference between, you guys can see that difference between the shadow line, kind of the brighter area. Just kind of trying to just balance, trying to capture, I guess, that balance between those lights and those darks. So, yeah, those ones turned out pretty good. A couple shots off there, the neighborhood. Snow is starting to let up here, yeah. So this was at the point where the snow kind of stopped, or just kind of stopped falling. Like I said, it was probably about 45 minutes to an hour of like hard snow falling. But at this point, the snow was stopping. I kind of just moseyed down this trail in the woods. You guys can just see how crazy everything looks. It was just nuts. And the amount of snow just accumulated here on all the branches. This shot was pretty dope. I found this kind of little line of branches to look through down the trail. Just totally covered in snow. Kind of got in close there as well. And that focus is actually pretty nice. Got nice focus kind of down the trail. Stuff in the foreground a little bit blurred out. Actually looks pretty nice. A couple shots off there. Yeah, I was really looking for, as the snow stopped here, I was, and I mentioned this in the field footage as I was out there, I was trying to get some of these shots through, like looking through the woods. So that's kind of what you're seeing here. I was looking more for, just kind of more of these like nature-y shots through the woods. Excuse me. Looking out at kind of the break in the tree line there. And just rolling through. A lot of blurriness in these ones. Kind of at that same spot that I was at before, that kind of bend in the trail. Just getting as kind of many shots as I could here of the good area of the good scenes that I was kind of just picking out. Again, kind of more in the woods, trying to pick up on some shots. Just with everything, all the branches, all the trees covered in snow. And again, you guys are seeing, like, I was trying to line up, basically, like, have the background. I was looking for basically just kind of a white background, right? Trying to get the background to be a little bit more overexposed. So it was kind of like the image, like I was, as in like the viewer's perspective, you're looking out at something, or like looking out through the woods. And this shot just lined up these really two big trees and was just looking for kind of an interesting angle through the trees here. I don't know if, like, I'm sure some of these will turn out. Some of these woodsy shots looking through the woods will turn out. I just have to pick through them a little bit more, find kind of the better ones out of these series. There's a little bit of a barbed wire fence in these ones that kind of caught my eye a little bit. Just some interesting kind of lines that those created, like a different contrast through all the branches and stuff. But those are some of the woodsy ones, the woodsy shots. Moving right along here, we're getting closer to the end. Kind of skim through these. So coming back down the trail, I wanted to check out this last kind of little trail that was right above this neighborhood. And it offered me a lot of cool perspectives, kind of as it was, you guys can see I'm kind of up on this little ridge. So this trail goes through the bluffs, and I was up on the bluff side, looking down at these houses. So kind of a little bit of an aerial perspective, but it allowed me to really pick out some shots through the trees here, as you guys are seeing. And yeah, we got good focus, good sharpness on these. You can see all the details in the houses and on the back side of the hill there. All the trees and stuff. But yeah, really cool perspectives. I always like picking out shots through the woods, like seeing what I can create. I really like this one as well. We got this old guy plowing his driveway there, doing a little bit of snow blowing. So I just kind of picked that out, took a vertical shot. Him doing his driveway, doing his thing down there. I think some of those, so a lot of those, again, I was really trying to get some focus, trying to make sure trying to get it as focused as I could. But again, it was difficult conditions to work in for sure. But honestly, yeah, some of these, yeah, that's good clarity there, good sharpness. You guys can see that blur effect coming into play again. Condensation on the lens. It's really blurry in the background there, but honestly, that's not so bad for this image. Yeah, this one's pretty good. Got nice brightness, good exposure. Yeah, this one is honestly pretty nice. So I'll just highlight that one right now while I'm here. And we'll keep rolling through. Some more woodsy shots. Got a greenhouse here. Nice greenhouse. Again, just picking out some shots through the trees. Very cluttered, I know. Very cluttered. Landscape, kind of same deal here. Just looking through the woods. Lots of branches, I know. lots of branches. But I was just kind of looking for whatever I could see. Anything that kind of caught my eye, I was just picking out. And honestly, that sharpness isn't too bad. But I just like how, in these shots you can really just see all that snow, right, just packed up there on the branches, and you don't get that too often. Like, all the snow was pretty much it was melting literally the next day. So conditions like this where the snow is just piled on, the forest just looks all white like this. It does not last long. Yeah, and it won't even last a day, especially when you have the temperature getting warmer and warmer. So I was happy just to be out here and taking pictures kind of while all this was happening. With this snowstorm happening, it's pretty cool. Good way to end kind of the winter season here with just a crazy springtime snowstorm, basically springtime. But last couple shots here, just kind of woodsy shots of this little trail. Nothing too crazy. But this last shot, this really caught my eye. This is kind of a little creek bed here, kind of at the I don't even know. This is just kind of an opening in the woods. But it was this image specifically, which I edited up. So this one specifically, I went a little bit more overexposed. You guys can see there, I flipped that exposure to just be a little bit higher, a little bit overexposed, and we got a nice image of just this picturesque winter wonderland scene, kind of in this creek bed here. I like how the trees are kind of stacked up here on the right-hand side. There's a little bit of a hill, and they're just kind of covering this opening. Got this kind of opening down here. But yeah, it's just good kind of, these trees kind of created some lines, some contrasting kind of lines in the image. They're really the only kind of contrast against all this white. But yeah, really cool image here. So that was all of them. That's pretty much the end. Yep. And let me show you guys real quick the edits I've made. I have made, these are saved in the wrong spot. That's okay though. So this guy, like I mentioned before, that's that trail shot. I haven't edited too many of these yet. There's a lot to get through, but I'm working my way through all of them. So just that trail shot there. and then the Snowy Woods, the one we just saw. Brighten that up a bit. I'll show you guys the original as well. There's the original. There's the edit. Brighten that one up a bit. And then this one I haven't fully edited, but this is that farm shot here. No exposure edits or anything have been done on this yet, just a little bit of sharpness and cropping. So it's a pretty raw image still, but that was the selected shot. Again, you guys can see all the kind of those snowflakes falling, which I really like out of this shot. But those are the ones that I have edited so far. Still a lot to get through, so I'll probably have to update you guys again on the ones that I do get done eventually. I've been working through February as well. Kind of some of these Chaseburg shots from the last episode and the episode, I believe this was also the last episode, kind of the last snowstorm that we had here. I was just kind of in town in La Crosse doing those shots and stuff. So still working through February a little bit here and there, but yeah, I'm getting through these next images. Kind of just going through them, taking my time since I know there's not going to be any more snowstorms. So that's because this is it. So that's pretty much it, guys. No more images left for the review. I just want to pick through this this shot here. Just the shot of the tractors. I just love this shot. A lot of these vertical shots turned out really, really good. These tractors, that tractor shot was sweet. Farm shot was sweet. A lot of these are really cool. And again, let's just hop off the screen. I don't need to show you guys any more of that. But again, like you guys saw, kind of that blur effect with all the condensation. It actually made some of these turn out better than I think the original shot would, just if everything was sharp, crisp, and clear, I was just working with the conditions, and I think, with that blur effect kind of happening, it honestly, it was created more like immersive imagery, where you really kind of do feel like you're really there type of thing, and you kind of just get that feeling out of those. So overall, man, had a lot of fun out there. It got absolutely soaked, but I was happy that my equipment survived, and I'm able to still take videos on my phone at least, and take pictures. My camera is on it. That camera I have is honestly pretty durable. It's old. It's an old camera. I need to upgrade it, or I need to get a new one. But it's older, and it's been through hell. So I don't really. I'm not too concerned about the actual camera, my actual DSLR, because that thing, it can withstand actually quite a bit. But the phone itself, that's another story, and I need a new case, a new OtterBox for that thing. I realized that after the shoot, but everything survived. All the equipment made it back, and we got some great photos out of it, out of the last winter snowstorm for 2025. So yeah, guys, this will do it. This will wrap up the season. It's technically springtime right now, but I don't do a whole lot of, so let's kind of, I guess, talk about what's next with winter ending. But overall, really good winter season. I think we got like 7 episodes. This will be the 7th episode out. So yeah, really, I think we took advantage of a lot of the kind of snow events that happened here, even though, there weren't a whole lot, but we actually took advantage of the ones that happened. There was a good handful of nice ones there, but overall, really good season, I think. Got a lot of kind of wintry, snowy shots out of this season, so that's awesome. But as far as the plan for next season for summer, I was just going to say, I really don't do a lot of photos too much in the spring. As far as, I really don't get out there too much. It's kind of per usual for me, to be honest, because in the springtime, everything, I don't know. There's, everything's kind of just bland. The trees are starting to pop with the leaves a little bit. Everything's starting to bud out, but I mean, everything still looks pretty bland. A lot of rainy days. Everything's soaked. Everything's muddy. A lot of kind of overcast days, even though the weather is getting nicer. But I just don't do a lot of photo shoots in the springtime. So I mean, we'll kind of keep it like we have been. Just roll right into summer 2025, the summer season. Usually start that up around like May-ish, June. So, but I'm basically just going to keep working through these wintertime photos as we roll through April here and then May. And we'll just get going with summer as soon as we kind of roll into May and June. So, but warmer weather is definitely here. Summer is on the way. And winter is over. So, until next year, I guess. And we got fall. We got fall 2025 coming up before that. So the biggest season of them all for photos, for sure, at least for me. But that'll do it for me, guys. I don't have much more, I don't have much else to say for this. So hope you guys enjoyed all the videos throughout winter here. I had fun. I froze my ass off in some of those. In this last one, my hands were definitely freezing cold, but no more of that. So we're all done with that. But hope you guys enjoyed as always, and thanks for sticking with me. Hope you guys are getting outside, enjoying the warm up into summer, and stay getting your photos and getting outside, going on your hikes, doing all that good stuff. But that's it for me, guys. Thanks for sticking with me, as always, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.